Herman is a pretty sketchy guy.
Who are you?
There's something about him that makes me very uncomfortable.
Get in the corner.
And when I say sketchy, I mean more than just his crazy obsession with weapons, or his criminal past. What kind of one-armed man signs up for a lumberjack competition?
Bart, would you call him a crazy man?
Definitely.
We'll dive into Herman's strange backstory today on Dark Simpsons Mysteries. Ever since he was introduced in Bart the General, Herman always seemed a little off.
Grandpa, I think this guy's a little nuts.
Oh, yeah? Well, General George S. Patton was a little nuts. And this guy is completely out of his mind.
That makes sense. Anybody who is actively preparing for and eagerly awaiting the world's end has to be a little crazy.
Homer, we all know America's collapse is about 3 months away.
6 weeks at most.
There's always one alarmist.
Let's begin this case by quickly running through some of his criminal activities. In Season 2's episode, Old Money, Herman can be seen scamming his customers.
Yeah.
But that's nothing compared to the time he kidnapped Snake and Chief Wiggum with the intention of having fun with them.
When I was a kid, this used to be a pet store. Yeah.
And worst of all, he was tried for a gruesome murder.
And when you found the victim lying carved up like a spiral cut ham, you took this photo.
Yeah, but see how I got the full moon reflecting in the pool of blood?
But his most famous crime was running a counterfeit jeans operation out of the Simpsons' car hole.
Herman, I had to come out here to see what's so funny. A counterfeit jeans ring operating out of my car hole.
And while we're on that episode, how was Herman, a one-armed man, able to drag Homer up a tree? Climbing up a tree one-handedly should be hard enough, but imagine having to drag up your older, balder, fatter son at the same time. It doesn't seem possible.
What are you, the possible police?
Combine all of this with his love of musical theater, and you have yourself one very strange dude.
New Orleans, stinking, rotten, vomited, vile New Orleans, putrid, brackish, maggoty, foul New Orleans.
Beyond musical theater, Herman has some other hobbies that might surprise you. In Season 14's episode, How I Spent My Strummer Vacation, he signed up for a rock and roll camp. How many one-armed guitarists do you know?
7.
No, Dad, it's a rhetorical question.
Rhetorically, 8.
He also signed up for a lumberjack competition in Season 31's episode, Marge the Lumberjill.
Hey, that's my boy. He gets his pole skills from his mama.
Unfortunately for him, it doesn't look like he'll be taking home any of that sweet prize money.
Maybe if we cut his foot off, people will feel sorry for him.
Now, let's get to the really crazy bit, the history of his missing right arm. From his clothes, his obsession with weapons, and his expertise in military tactics, we all assumed he had lost his arm in some war. But it turns out that's not true.
Mr. Herman?
Yes?
Did you lose your arm in the war?
My arm? Well, let me put it this way. Next time your teacher tells you to keep your arm inside the bus window, you do it.
Yes, sir, I will.
This is in line with the story that Mrs. Krabappel told.
Now, class, remember, do not stick any part of your body out the window. We all know the tragic story of the young man who stuck his arm out the window and had it ripped off by a big truck coming in the other direction.
At the time, it felt like Mrs. Krabappel was telling a story about Herman. But since then, more evidence has been found which disproves Herman's bus story. In Season 30's flashback episode, The Clown Stays in the Picture, we see a young Herman with both of his arms, meaning there was no childhood bus accident.
Well, I think I know tomorrow's headline. Local man is liar.
That is a good headline.
We finally get the real story of how he lost his arm in Season 24's flashback episode, To Cur with Love. A young police chief Wiggum, working for Springfield Animal Control, was after Homer's dog when the accident happened.
God closes a door, he opens a gun shop.
That may explain why Herman hates Chief Wiggum so much.
Looks like the spider caught himself a couple of flies.
And now, for the dark Shyamalanian twist. In season 24's episode, Penny Wise Guys, Lisa wasn't getting enough iron in her vegetarian diet, so she started eating bugs.
What is it? Beetle mush.
But I'm a vegetarian!
So am I. Lots of committed vegetarians eat insects.
This led her to join the Springfield Insectivorian Society, where the one-armed Herman is also a member. But there's a problem. The wrong arm is missing.
What? Are you sure?
Absolutely. Normally, Herman would be missing his right arm, but here we see him missing his left.
There's no emoticon for what I'm feeling.
We can see this reverse-armed Herman again in season 9's episode, Trash of the Titans.
Fellow citizens, how would you rate the trash service in this town? I would deem it excellent. Okay, it's excellent.
When Homer was running for sanitation commissioner, the right-handed Herman was present at the campaign rally.
Hey, he's right.
So how do we explain this right-handed Herman? Is he just pretending to have one arm?
Ah!
Whoa, quit scaring us!
All right.
Ah!
Perhaps Herman has a separated Siamese twin, like these fellas. That would explain why each of them are missing their opposite arms.
Makes sense.
To put an end to this mystery, let's go straight to the source and ask him directly. So Herman, is there any truth to these theories? I'll take that as a yes. And that puts an end to the case of the one-armed man. What mystery would you like to see me strong-arm next? The case of who Ralph Wiggum's real father is?
I know Eddie is Ralph's father. Look at the hair. Look at the hair!
If you have any ideas for future mysteries, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching.
As soon as Zed gets here, the party will begin.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Crowdfunding is when lots of people give you small amounts of money to help your passion project come to life.